I actually visited one of my favorite places, 100 Famous Views of Edo, drawn by Hiroshige Ando, and what the scene is like now. 040 Basho's Hermitage and Tsubakiyama Hill on the Kanda Aqueduct at Sekiguchi depicts Bashoan and its surroundings on the side of the Kanda River under Chinzan-so, Sekiguchi 2Chome, Bunkyo-ku. First of all, check the location on Applemap. I added a red gradation to Hiroshitge's point of view. Hiroshitge were looking almost west along the Kanda River. I overlaid an old map from the time of Tenpo on this. I distorted a little forcibly and focus on the viewpoint. Basho lives beside the Hachimansui Shrine, the guardian deity of Kanda Aqueduct next to Komatsukabashi. You can see a word beside Renjei Temple, but this is a facility called Rii word that stops water, and because of this word, this area was called Sekiguchi. In addition, Kanda Aqueduct drawn from Inokashira Pond and Kikijohi is divided from here by adding water from the Zenpukuji River, Myoshoji River, and Hanazono River on the way. Kanda Josui is used to water the pond of Koishikawa Korakuen in the Mito family's residence through the current Kahinada and Makuishidori, and from there, it crosses the Kanda River along the hangout downstream of the current JR Suidobashi station. Water was supplied to Nihonbashi and Kanda. The surplus water was poured from Omagari to Iidabashi as the Ida River, through a deep cut made by the Date feudal clan in Sendai with Oshinamizu, and then into the Sumida River as the current Kanda River. Today, this Komatsukabashi also moves a little upstream and moves under the hill. The area around the water shrine where Basho lived was almost the residence of Hosokawa at Chunokami. If you look closely, you can see that there was also Meguro Fudo instead of Meguro Fudo. Let's take a closer look at Hiroshitge's paintings. First, a pine tree is drawn in the center of the picture, and Bashoan is drawn on the right. On the left side, the rice fields of Waseda are spread out, and on the left side, Nishi Waseda and Mizu Inari Shrine are drawn small. It is said that Bashoan was created because Matsuo Basho loves him in full bloom, and the Kanda River flows from the back of it. The mountain area on the right is Mahirodai, and because there were many camellias, it has been called Tsubakiyama for a long time, and the samurai residence in this neighborhood was called Chinzan-so. At the bottom of the picture, there is a road along the river that is about the same width as the Kanda River, and various people from Edo are drawn happily, but in reality, I think the road was not so wide. Well, I actually went to this place. This is a picture of Hiroshitge's viewpoint from under Hotel Chinzan-so. Actually, the angle of view is a little higher. The right side of the photo is the current Bashoan. In 1677, the Tadu family in Iga-uno was ordered to repair Kanda Aqueduct, and Basho from Iga-uno also engaged in this work at the edge of the old family. At that time, Basho lived at Ryujin, the management temple of the Hachimansui Shrine, and lived there for several years while working as a water officer until he settled down in Fukagawa. This is the Bashoan entrance. Basho Matsuo enjoyed the view of the rice fields of Waseda as seen from here as Lake Biwa, and enjoyed the scenery of Seta and the 8 views of Omi. In fact, in the summer of 1688, he visited Seta no Karahashi and wrote the phrase, "Things that are not exposed to the rain in May and Seta no Hashi." In 1726, a fellow poet who looked up to Basho as his teacher for the 33rd anniversary of Basho built Bashodo in Ryujin. In 1750, a strip of bamboo written by Basho was buried beside the temple and named Samadara Zudika as Basho's tomb. Ryujin was later called Sekiguchi Bashoan. After that, it was burned down several times in World War II, but it was rebuilt and is now used for haiku parties by the Sekiguchi Bashoan Preservation Society. This is a photograph of Hiroshitge's viewpoint from Komatsukabashi, which has moved downstream, Basho-do on the left, and Chinzan-so, which is the viewpoint in the back. This is a famous place for cherry blossoms, and many people visit during the flowering season. The illuminated cherry blossoms at night are also beautiful. It is Munetsu Ukizaka that climbs to Hiroshige. There used to be the Hachimansui Shrine at this entrance, and now Sekiguchi Bashoan is on the right. Climbing up the hill is the Ukiyo-e Bunkyo, which was built on the site of the former Hosokawa feudal lord's residence. It is said that the name was given because it is a slope that you cannot climb unless you bend down to the point where you can feel your chest. This is the entrance to the Higo Hosokawa Garden, which was built at the western end of the former Hosokawa clan's residence. I actually tried to fit the current photo into Hiroshitge's painting. The scenery at Basho was looking at like Chinzan-so in the 8 Views of Omi is far from this scenery, but isn't this a good feeling? It might have been better if it was a cherry blossom, not a leaf cherry tree. So, from the opposite point of view, I put in the pictures of the current hotel Chinzan-so and the cherry blossoms at night. What do you think?